Soil slammed against wood. Again, again. Alera screamed as the coffin shook violently, her fingernails tearing against the lid while dirt poured through the cracks and filled her mouth. She choked, coughing, her body twisting in the cramped darkness. "Naira!" she screamed. "Please stop. I'm here. I'm alive." Above her, the sound stopped. Then came Naira's voice, calm, steady, terrifyingly close. "Goodbye, sister." The final thud landed like a heartbeat being crushed. Darkness swallowed Alera whole. She kicked wildly, her heel smashing into the coffin wall until pain shot through her leg. Her chest burned. The air was already thinning. "No, no, no," she sobbed, gasping. "You can't do this. You're my sister." Silence answered her. Minutes earlier, she had been laughing. "Come with me," Naira had said softly, her hand warm, familiar. "Just us, like old times." Alera hadn't suspected a thing. Why would she? They shared the same face, the same childhood, the same blood. She never saw the shovel until it was too late. Above ground, Naira stood frozen, her chest heaving as she stared at the freshly turned earth. Her hands shook. Dirt clung beneath her fingernails. Her reflection stared back at her from the dark glass of the car window. Alera's reflection. She whispered, "It's done." Then she smiled. By sunrise, Naira was home. Her mother rushed toward her. "Alera, where have you been? You scared us." Naira allowed herself to be pulled into a hug. She breathed in their mother's scent and fought the urge to recoil. "I needed air," Naira said, mimicking her sister's voice. "I'm sorry." Her father studied her closely. "You look pale." "I didn't sleep," Naira replied. That much was true. The house buzzed with wedding preparations. Flowers. Water. Alera's fiend, Cadden, stepped into the room, relief washing over his face. "There you are," he said, pulling her close. "I was worried." Naira froze for half a second too long before hugging him back. "I'm fine," she said. But Cadden frowned. "You didn't call me last night." My phone died." Alera never forgot to call. Naira spent the day watching everyone orbit her like she was the sun. The love, the attention, it was intoxicating. This was the life she deserved. The life that had always belonged to Alera. Now it was hers. Deep underground, Alera sobbed until her throat burned. She forced herself to stop screaming. Wasted air would kill her faster than the dirt. She pressed her palm to her chest and whispered, "Think, think." Her father's voice echoed in her memory. "Panic makes mistakes." She slowed her breathing, counting in the dark. She tested the coffin walls. One corner felt softer, dampy. She clawed at it until her nails bent backward and blood smeared the wood. She didn't stop. Above ground, Naira lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling. Every time she closed her eyes, she heard scratching. She sat up suddenly. "Stop," she whispered to herself. "She's gone." But when she looked in the mirror, her reflection seemed to stare back accusingly. Days passed. Naira played her role carefully. She smiled when she was supposed to. She laughed when others laughed. But small cracks began to show. At breakfast, her mother frowned. "You don't like cinnamon." "Since when?" Naira stiffened. I changed." Cadden watched her more closely now. "You hate roses," he said one evening. "You said they reminded you of funerals." Naira's pulse spiked. "People change." "Not that much," he replied quietly. Underground, Alera's fingers finally broke through rotted wood into loose soil. Hope surged through her. She dug with everything she had, coughing as dirt filled her lungs. Her arms trembled. Her vision blurred. She screamed once more, not in fear, but defiance. "I'm not dying here." By the fifth day, Naira was unraveling. She heard footsteps behind her when no one was there. She flinched at her own reflection. Sleep abandoned her completely. That night, she woke up screaming. Her mother rushed in. "Alera, what's wrong?" Naira clutched the sheets. "She's watching me." "Who?" Naira swallowed. "No one." Meanwhile, Alera emerged from the ground just before dawn, collapsing onto the cold earth, her body shaking violently. Her skin was torn, her hands ruined. But she was alive. She lay there for a long time, breathing, crying, laughing hysterically. Then she whispered, "You thought I was dead." She didn't go home. Not yet. She found help from a woman at the edge of the forest who stared at her injuries and said only, "Someone tried to erase you." "Yes," Alera replied. "And she failed." Alera watched from the shadows as Nara continued to live her life. She watched Kadin's confusion turn into suspicion. She watched her parents argue in hushed tones. "She's colder," her mother said. "Something is wrong." Nara felt it slipping. On the eve of the wedding, she received a note slid under the door. "I remember everything." Nara screamed. She ran to the mirror. "You're dead," she whispered. "I buried you." The mirror didn't answer. The wedding hall buzzed with excitement. Guests smiled. Music played. Nara stood at the altar shaking. Then the doors opened. Gasps rippled through the room. Alera walked in slowly, scars visible, eyes steady. Nara collapsed. "That's impossible," she cried. Alera's voice cut through the silence. "You buried me alive." The room erupted. Kadin stared between them, horrified. "Which one is?" Alera turned to him. "Ask her where the scar on my wrist came from." Nara sobbed, shaking. "I just wanted to be loved." Alera stepped closer. "You didn't want love. You wanted my life." Police sirens wailed in the distance. Nara fell to her knees. "Please." "I'm sorry." Alera looked down at her sister. No hatred left in her eyes. "You should have made sure I was dead." Nara was taken away screaming. Later, Alera stood alone, staring at the sky. If you stayed till this moment, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below because stories like this remind us that truth always rises, no matter how deep it's buried. And somewhere, beneath the applause and justice, Nara finally understood: you can steal a face, you can steal a life, but you can never bury